Hey guys, welcome to Podiatry Practice Mastery. Don here. Today I'm going to talk about an interview with Jason Krause, talking a little bit about using fake backgrounds like this. Actually, the one I'm not using right now, but I've used them before on all my webinars. I use a fake one. Super World Comics, just kind of an interesting thing I learned from someone that I was talking to. An idea of a free phone consult, and then using a foot treatment checklist. Okay, so let's get into it. This is an example of someone that I'm familiar with, and he has Super World Comics. So he is local here, and kind of a neat idea. They do a Instagram live or a Facebook live, basically episodes where they show their comics, and then people can buy them. And they kind of do about $50,000 a week when they do this. So this is like a lot of money. But if you look, they have 2,000 followers, and they sometimes combine with another comic place where they share these. So I guess, like, how is it that we could apply this to our own business in terms of sharing content with our patients? So one way is like with a webinar that we do. But they do this kind of weekly. So is there like a little weekly rant that you can do and just teach things? Because I think the more that you do this consistently, the easier it's going to be for you. And what I found what works really well is using this program that I use, StreamYard. StreamYard doesn't really allow you to use a fake background if you have a green screen, which I don't have. That's why I'm not using it. But if you do it via Zoom, you can do the fake background. That's how I do my interviews via Zoom. So just something to think about, like, what is it that you could talk about once a week, and even just offer that, and then have that to go out through everything. With StreamYard, you can send it to Facebook, you can send it to Instagram, a lot of these other places. So just kind of a neat idea that works for them. This is that example of the online consult here. This is from Lorcan, and he uses this. So if you're not ready to go ahead to book an appointment, you can ask a question. What I like about this, okay, is that it helps people to make sure that an appointment is appropriate. They can fill in the form, and there's going to be a 10-minute call with a podiatrist. Okay. The nice thing about this is it's basically just like we would do anyway. If someone calls in, they have a question, if the appointment's appropriate, we would give them just to kind of share with them. And it's also free. So the nice thing I like about this, it's 10 minutes. So you're not going to be talking to them for 30 minutes over the phone. And you also get their phone and email. So right here, you put their phone and email. You can start marketing to them. And you can just basically, you would organize it. When's a good time? So basically your staff would call them. Hey, when's a good time that the doctor can call you? They'll send you a message when it's a good time, and you call them. It takes 10 minutes of your time, and it'll probably make an appointment. So could you apply this to your office pretty easily? Lastly, I'm going to talk to you guys about this foot treatment checklist. Now, this isn't about me. This is about kind of a frustration that I've had. And I'm going to kind of zoom into this, okay? Basically, my frustration is when I see patients, I have a lot of information. I go over it with them. And I've tried some different things. Basically, a lot of times I send things via Patient Education Genius. And I used to kind of like type out everything that they had to do, but it was overwhelming and it took too much time, even with macros. So I kind of took the idea of a script, and I put their name, the date, their diagnosis, when I'm going to see them back, and what they're going to be doing. Now, I use this mostly for musculoskeletal things, okay? So basically, I usually put a check, what I did today, and I put a circle around what I'm going to do next time. So I'll like check x-ray. Let's say you check if they did shockwave, or let's say you're going to try anti-inflammatories and icing and physical therapy, and if it's not better, to do shockwave. I would circle shockwave, and I might circle ultrasound at the next visit. The brace is for like a velocity brace, custom orthotics, and then certain. If I send them stuff by Patient Education Genius, I will do that as well. Okay, this has really simplified my workflow, and I'm going to go through in a second and just show you guys how I made this pretty easily, so you can copy it if you like it. You can put anything you want. I try to put it in categories. These categories are going to be changing as soon as I can get this guy from Fiverr to change it for me. So let's get right into it now. So once again, Podiatry Practice Mastery, if you haven't joined, you just join, and then every time you log in, you can just log in right here. You can see Jim's wonderful face and all the content that is in here. You can get all of these podcasts and all these weekly updates as well. The interview this week was with Jason Krause. He now works for Arch Healthcare, and he talks a little bit about this. If you look at they kind of deal with prevention of amputations, kind of similar about doing a CDFE and other things like that. I think it's kind of a neat idea. I like to talk to new people and kind of see what they're doing. It was kind of interesting if you do a lot of diabetic patients and things like that. This is the example of the form where you can fill it out really easy. What I like is there's no other distractions. So when you go here, basically all you have is that. There's nothing else to really distract you from putting your information and request to talk to a podiatrist. Could that be something that we could do? Could you give up 10 minutes to get a patient that's maybe unsure? I think you could. So if you want to do this, I like this idea even more than doing like a free visit. Like I thought about different ways of things you can offer for free. I really like this one because you can just answer it for 10 minutes and then they'll make an appointment. And you're not going to have that many tire kickers, I don't think. And then finally, this is how I do my order. This is what I did. I ordered the first version of this in December. I think it was last year, December. And I paid $23 for it. And I did it through Fiverr. And basically what I did is I did like a first draft of a prescription pad. And I said, well, could you fix this? So I kind of did this originally. And then I gave them an example of my prescription pad itself and how I kind of wanted it. And then they gave me the final draft that I can download. And then what I did is I printed it. Okay. So actually it started out like that. There's a lot of, anyway, it's how all this back and forth with them. And I removed some things. So that might be something you want to consider for you as well. Okay. Once again, thank you for watching Podiatry Practice Mastery, and we'll be in touch till the next time. Thanks.